welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is t-ara and I make videos about K-pop from games to commentary about once a week, so if you're interested in hearing what I have to say, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'd like to start this video off by saying that this is not me wishing disbandment on certain groups because I don't like them or think that they're flops or whatever. This video is actually about groups who have been on a hiatus for months or maybe even years, and fans are left with little to no closure regarding their status as a group. You may think that I'm a negative Nancy or a huge pessimist, but I'm just fed up, and I'm sure many fans and idols are too, with the lack of communication from companies. First up, FX. Now usually anytime group members split from their company, you can pretty much assume that the group has disbanded. Amber and Luna both chose not to renew their contracts with SM and left the company last year, and Victoria is extremely busy in China. Krsytal has also shifted more towards acting recently. If this was solely the case, then I would be hopeful for a comeback since there's still time to make it work. However, FX hasn't made any music since 2016 with the SM station release of All Mine, and their last album promotions were in fall of 2015 with 4 Walls. Let's face it, it's extremely unlikely that we'll ever see all 4 FX members on stage ever again. As a Miyu, I am tired of waiting and hoping for an FX comeback, and I'm sure that the members would like to move on to do other things as well. Thus, I want SM to make a clear statement saying FX has disbanded. Now you may be wondering if I feel the same way about Girls' Generation since some members have also left SM. Honestly, I don't, at least not to that extent. All of the members are still close with each other and meet up frequently, so I don't think that a reunion is impossible. However, I do think an 8-member comeback with an album or a promotion period is impractical because of everyone's busy schedules. SM should focus more on OGG since they did so well with Lil Touch, but clearly Girls' Generation is now an afterthought. Speaking of groups who became an afterthought, t-ara. t-ara has had a hell of a career full of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, they're an exceptionally talented group. After going from 6 members to 4 in 2017 due to Boram and Soyeon's contract expiration, the remaining 4 members of t-ara eventually left MBK Entertainment in early 2018. Obviously, this was not a smooth transition out of the company, as MBK tried to trademark the name t-ara but were sued by the members themselves, thus the company was unable to trademark t-ara. Basically what this means is that MBK can't go around making t-ara sweaters or t-ara face masks where the members, who had already left the company by then, wouldn't get any profit from that. Anyways, the reason this was so huge was that many fans thought that this meant that t-ara could reunite as t-ara under a different agency and actually promote, especially since member Hyoyeon specifically said that t-ara was not disbanding. But here we are, 3 years later, and there have been no group activities aside for a 10th anniversary reunion. Member Jiyeon has restarted her solo career, and ex-member Soyeon has returned to TV programs after a few years. It's clear to me that they all want to move on to different careers, so I just want them to make an official disbandment notice. Number 3. Hotshot. Many of you may be unfamiliar with Hotshot, but they're a boy group who debuted back in 2014. Frankly, Hotshot members only became recognizable when they participated in competition shows like Produce 101 and The Unit. Member Taeyeon was actually a member of JBJ, Hojung was a member of UNB, and Sungwoon was in 101 and now has a moderately successful solo career. Hotshot hasn't had any group activities since 2018, in which Sungwoon did not participate in, so it's safe to assume that he's done with the group. A few members are either already in the military or about to enlist, and given that their popularity is stagnant, it's better for them to disband. Sungwoon has become a priority for their company, so I think it's best for the remaining Hotshot members to not renew their contracts. Now let's talk about Gugudan. Gugudan is a group under Jellyfish Entertainment, which is also home to VIX and Very Very. They debuted in 2016 after IOI's disbandment, and the lineup consists of 2 ex-IOI members, Sejeong and Mina. The group hasn't made any music together since November of 2018, and this caused a lot of anger and disappointment amongst fans. Chinese member Sally competed on a survival competition show and alleged that Jellyfish told all the girls to move out. Member Sejeong is doing very well as a solo artist, which begs the question, why bother creating a large group if only one member gets consistent activities? While she did go on a hiatus for a year or so, it was only a singing hiatus. She was still promoting as an actor and such. The reason that I'm grouping Gugudan and Hotshot together is that their companies just don't know how to channel the popularity of members who are in other successful groups too. After having multiple members competing on television shows, their companies could have used that as a popularity booster, especially since Hotshot was already an established group at the time. I have no issue with sejeong being promoted more, but if you have two ex-members of a wildly popular project group, you should figure out how to promote them and the group together. This is like Krsytal all over again, which is so unfortunate. If I was a gugudan member, not only would I be frustrated with the lack of group activities, but also the lack of individual activities. So, what have we learned? For starters, I think that if your group is inactive for years, they should disband. Or if it's clear that one member is getting preferential treatment beyond the occasional photo shoot or drama role, I'm talking full-fledged solo careers, I think that group should disband. It's really a shame because all of these idols are so talented, and I feel like as a K-pop fan, I practically grew up with some of them. I feel like companies are just so greedy that they value profits over the well-being and careers of their own artists. Okay, that's all I've got for this video. Let me know your thoughts about hiatuses, favoritism, and disbandment in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!